The Age of Aquarius in astrology is either the current or forthcoming astrological age, depending on the method of calculation. Astrologers maintain that an astrological age is a product of the Earth's slow precessional rotation and lasts for 2,160 years, on average. There are various methods of calculating the boundaries of an astrological age. In sun sign astrology, the first sign is Aries, followed by Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces, whereupon the cycle returns to Aries and through the zodiacal signs again. Astrological ages proceed in the opposite direction. Therefore, the age of Aquarius follows the age of Pisces. I think I remember reading somewhere that in the age of Pisces, its dominant religion was Christianity, ruled by, I believe it was the ancient god Osiris. He was often associated with a patriarchal monotheistic god, monotheism. And the age of Aquarius was ruled by Horus. And Horus was associated with more of the New Age religion, with polytheism and pantheism. And I don't purport to astrology. However, spirituality, metaphysics, I believe it's, as I'm getting more acquainted with religion and mythology and spirituality and how behind politics, globalism, the New World Order, there's always a spiritual purpose. And I think if we really want to find the source of the problems, we have to look into the spiritual, into the microscopic realm. Because this, in my opinion, is really all about Star Wars. We are in a spiritual war, and there's wars going on in the heavens. Hence, Star Wars. I'm not really sure if that's the meaning of the name of the movie, of the franchise, but nonetheless, that's how I see it. And Tucker Carlson exemplified that as well in an interview. I don't know what interview, but yeah. This is pretty interesting right here. An Age of Aquarius symbol, Leonardo da Vinci's The Vitruvian Man. Yeah, because Leonardo da Vinci's painting Vitruvian Man originated in the Renaissance movement. And I remember reading that the philosophy of the Renaissance movement was all about the idea that man was the center of all things. And one of the quotes from a Renaissance writer or artist was that through man, he can do all things. And as you know, that's very opposite of what the Bible says. In Philippians 4:13, through Christ, we can do all things. So through man, we can do all things. That's very similar to the occult, to what Aleister Crowley said. Do without will shall be the whole of the law. And one of the reasons why I know about this idea of the Age of Aquarius is because I looked a lot into ancient Egypt and how the occult originated. It derived from ancient Egypt, and about how Horus, third eye, the spiritual eye of enlightenment, Horus is mostly associated with the Antichrist of the one world order. And in the age of artificial intelligence, in the age of singularity, A lot of books and articles and documentaries that I watched often talked about this idea of the Age of Aquarius. So I've been knowing about this idea, but there's just a lot of similarities that I find that are congruent to what the overall agenda is, and so that's why I'm making a video about this. Astrologers believe that an astrological age affects humanity, possibly by influencing the rise and fall of civilizations or cultural tendencies. Traditionally, Aquarius is associated with electricity, computers, flight, democracy, freedom, humanitarianism, idealism, modernization, nervous disorders, rebellion, nonconformity, philanthropy, veracity, perseverance, humanity, resolution. Among other dates, one views that the Age of Aquarius arrived around 1844 with the harbinger of Sayyid Ali Muhammad, who founded Babism. Moore and Douglas promoted the view that although no one knows when the Aquarian Age begins, the American Revolution, the Industrial Revolution, and the discovery of electricity are all attributable to Aquarian influence. They make a number of predictions about the trends that they believe will develop in the Aquarian Age. Proponents of medieval astrology suggest that the Pesky's world, where religion is the opiate of the masses, will be replaced in the Aquarian Age by a world ruled by secretive, power-hungry elites, seeking absolute power over others. That knowledge in the Aquarian Age will only be valued for its ability to win wars. That knowledge and science will be abused, not industry and trade. And that the Aquarian Age will be another dark age in which religion is considered offensive. Another view suggests that the rise of scientific rationalism combined with the fall of religious influence, the increasing focus on human rights since the 1780s, and the exponential growth of technology, plus the advent of flight and space travel, are evidence of the dawning of the Age of Aquarius. Rudolf Steiner believed that the Age of Aquarius will arrive in 3573. In Steiner's approach, each age is exactly 2,160 years. Based on the structure, the world has been in the Age of Pesky since 1413. Rudolf Steiner has spoken about two great spiritual events: the return of Christ in the ethereal world, and not in a physical body, because people must develop their faculties until they can reach the ethereal world. Yeah, I believe that's what the New Age coexist religion is for. Even now, we see the rise of the occult, of paganism, in movies and TV series and music. They want to propagate us, to indoctrinate us with this idea of liberalism, progressivism, this idea of raising your vibration, raising your frequency, raising your consciousness, this idea of transcendental meditation, so that we can empty out our mind. And in this state, they call it illumination, enlightenment, where we perceive ourselves as not being separate from anybody or anything in the world any longer. That we're made of the same stardust, of the same atoms as anything and anyone in the entire galaxy and in the entire cosmos. Thus, equating ourselves to God, the microscopic conjoining with the macroscopic, the finite becoming the infinite. As above, so below, as within, so without, as the soul, so the universe. I think they want to get us there mentally and physically. They want to connect us with artificial intelligence. And the incarnation of Ahriman Zoroaster's destructive spirit that would try to block the development of humanity. In 1890, and I believe that destructive spirit is commonly most closely associated with Christianity. That's how occultists and New Age practitioners view conservatism and Christianity. Narrow-minded, bigoted, closed-minded, not open enough. Racist, nationalist, sexist. And they'll persecute people who purport to such beliefs because they'll convince the entire world, hey, in order to move to a new world order, we have to get rid of these people and of this philosophy. That is their theory of evolution. We go from monkeys, and our end goal, our end game is connecting with artificial intelligence. They say, hey, we have to eliminate these people. Their philosophy is narrow-minded, it's bigoted. It's stifling humanity from evolving, from developing, from reaching enlightenment, from transcending, from becoming transhumanists. 1890 article about feminism in the French newspaper La Fronde on the 26th of February 1890, August van der Kerkhoff stated about March 21st this year, the cycle of Aquarius will start. Aquarius is the house of the woman. He adds that is in this age, the woman will be equal to the man. Gnostic philosopher Samuel Aun Ward declared 4th February 1962 to be the beginning of the Age of Aquarius, heralded by the alignment of the first 6 planets, the Sun, the Moon, and a constellation Aquarius. Analytical psychologist Carl Jung mentions the Age of Aquarius in his book Eon, believing that the Age of Aquarius will constellate the problem of the union of the opposites. And I believe that's congruent to this idea of as the solar universe. This idea of of union. I think Aleister Crowley talked a lot about that too. In accordance with prominent astrologers, Jung believed the Age of Aquarius will be a dark and spiritually deficient time for humanity, writing that it will no longer be possible to write off evil as the mere privation of good. Its real existence will have to be recognized in the Age of Aquarius. According to Jung's interpretation of astrology, the Age of Pisces began with the birth and death of Christ, associating the ichthys, colloquially known as the Jesus fish, with the symbol Pisces. Following the Age of Pisces would be the Age of Aquarius, the spiritually deficient age before the arrival of the Antichrist. This is a good one. The expression Age of Aquarius in popular culture usually refers to the heyday of the hippie and New Age movements in the 1960s and 1970s. The 1967 musical Hair, with its opening sign Aquarius, which features the line, "This is the dawning of the Age of Aquarius" in the chorus, brought the Aquarian Age concept to the attention of audiences worldwide. The song further defines this dawning of the age within the first lines. When the moon is in the 7th house and Jupiter aligns with Mars, then peace will guide the planets and love will steer the stars. The 1969 cover version of by American R&B group The Fifth Dimension, a medley that also incorporates part of the song Let the Sunshine In, became a radio hit, remaining at number 1 on the U.S. Billboard Hot 100 Pop Singles chart for several weeks. It's not coincidence that they're called the fifth dimension. Because again, we're dealing with spirituality, the New Age movement, this idea of transcendence, of going above and beyond the physical, concrete, material world. Who needs psychedelics when you're already in the fifth dimension? Then peace would guide the planets and love would steer the stars. Yeah, a false love, a counterfeit, fake love, the LGBTQ community love. Love is love. No, isn't tolerance. Love often comes in the form of rebuke. Love is sacrifice. Love is discipline. Harmony and understanding reminds me of the Georgia Guidestones. To unite humanity under perpetual balance with human nature, they say. To maintain humanity in harmony with the universe by having a population of 500 million. Mystic crystal revelation. Yeah, because this is all about mystics and what they believe in. Mystic ideology, quantum physics, metaphysics, and the mind's true liberation. Yeah, Lucifer is referred to as mankind's liberator. No more falsehoods or derisions. Yeah, they mean conservatism or Christianity. Nationalism. This is another song promoting communism, socialism, Marxist ideologies. Let the sun shine in. Yeah, I think they're referring to the light of Lucifer, the counterfeit false light of Lucifer. Let the sun shine in. The Eye of Ra. It wasn't Ra associated with the sun. Didn't ancient Egyptians worship the sun? Sun worship. The Woodstock Music Festival was billed as an Aquarian exposition. Yeah, because they were all about peace, love, drugs, and rock and roll. And they were all about going against your conservative parents, rebelling against conservatism, and doing your own thing, going your own way. A lot of the 70s rock and roll bands at this Woodstock Music Festival, they were all about like hipster ideologies, hipster movements, hippie, heyday stuff. Free love for all, kumbaya, mass migration.